Okay, sorry about that. Blah 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 blah. God. Give me a second. Where I thought this. I swear I did absolutely nothing to deserve this. Wait, what the hell? There. And table. A/n. Uh, so here, it does not appear that the birds will attack at the moment. They have simply been attracted to parts of the capital base closer, okay, that are closer to the Sunni Valley. Let's. Hey, how you doing? Voting. Okay. So, let's get your rolls out of the way so that I can get that. I believe you did do some research. I need to go grab the previous one. That was from Alchemical Analysis. Yep. What was Orb Weaver? Okay. It's presumably something to do with Yanjing. Did I grab the wrong one? I did. I grabbed the wrong one. Orb Weaver is an enchantment aid. Nope, it's just that Orb Weaver was a 7/7, and this is a 4/3, but it shouldn't make any differences other than that. I will double check to make sure I haven't missed any. Is Grimoire already included? Yes, it is. Any magical knowledge, not artifice, psychometry, etheric workings, crown of eyes, out of Grimoire. Yep, I think that's what applies. I'm not gonna like reverse the previous rolls, but version 2.exe, applicable traits, voting, those are votes, clean up those tabs, edit, 48, 100, 48. Ba, ba, ba. Okay. Why I'm seeing so much lag on my system right now. Enter difficulty is 110, wasn't it? Say 100 or say 1100. Wait, what? Task is like... Yikes, I apparently have like way too many tabs open. I do. I have like so many tabs. Okay, anyways. Okay. The progress. 7 on 10. Did that while we're going, and progress is 10 on 10. With the storm out of the way and the path opened up for no worries. For counter invasion, having something to deal, having an actual understanding of the magical capabilities and methods of the foreign mages has become more important than ever. Yep, I put a note here. It does not appear that the birds will attack at the moment. They simply have been attracted to the parts of the capital wastes that are closer to the Sumi Valley. In this map, you can consider them to have been somewhere else, and now they are over here, which is still an area of land that is larger than the entire Sumi Valley. They're just now within easy range of, like, it is now notable that they exist to your scouts. So you return to what you have available to you. The magical potion that you have captured, and the creatures they you have started to get a broad idea of how these mages operate. So what they will do is they will remove the chances of landslides, and they will capture the capture like the affected material there. It won't like regrow all the plant life that was there, but it will make it so that what plant life comes back will be relatively safe and stable. Unless you use the silkworm one, which will embed strands of like actual magic into the soil, which will obviously have long-term effects on the plants that grew up there. And yeah. So that's going to be the silkworm design that has a that would leave a thread of magic within the soil, creating like effectively a semi-magical foundation that will exist underlying the ground in these disturbed areas. But yeah, you won't get landslides and stuff like that. You won't get broad idea of how these mages operate. Both from your previous generation and what you have been able to get the mages to give up without overplaying your own. They seem to be operated under some sort of elemental basis for their magic, but how that translates more complex. Doing well. I'm currently just. I've been streaming a little bit less lately on account of having some guests over that I need to take care of. But other than that, I am keeping up with things, trying to sort out a bunch of different things that will hopefully work out in the long term. Yeah, nice to see you. How have things been for you? Uh, so yeah, I'm still keeping on with Mercenary Clan Quest. We are up to almost 500 thread marks, so it's been going pretty well. Other than that, still working on this. I do want to find time to do some coding, but unfortunately, it looks like that's going to have to wait until after my upcoming travel thing. I've got a few weeks of travel going on near the end of May. That will mean that I won't be able to stream normally. I am trying to see if I can do like a limited stream setup on my laptop and maybe do like, I don't know, some music creation or something. I have wanted to experiment with GarageBand's piano roll feature, and apparently, yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll also be interesting doing it at a time that'll be maybe there is some weird stuff going on with my Discord right now on account of a thing that I'm involved in. But let me take a look at you. I do not see a I don't see a Jennifer. Yep, still don't see you. Oh. So yeah, I will. I'll have to take a look at it. It might be streamer mode messing something up. But yeah, I will make sure to take a look at that. How that translates into a more complex. Into more complex. The essay fact is not something. You're not so. That said, as you experiment with your own perspectives on water magic, you start to stumble I will take a look at it after stream, please. But yeah. Stumble. I only have so long that I can do the update in. So I do need to make good time on this. That said, as you experiment with your own perspectives on water magic, you start to stumble into something that might be might give you an idea as to what as to what might be going. Comparing the mana you aspect through the use of different paintings, you start to pick up on subtle difference that you are able to that you are able to connect to different perspectives, or to the different focus ways in which you go to depict. Some seem to be quite in line with what they seem to be closer to the water aspected mana that you can detect within the Pokemon. You draw, grabbing onto the lead, you push forward. Grabbing onto the lead, you push forward, creating several new branching off of that interpretation of water, leaning into that formless mass nature. When as you engage, as you close in on Uh, Malleable nature as you close in on the specific interpretation. Interpretation you believe the foreign mages to be using. It is as you reach, you do eventually reach a sort of natural branch in your exploration and discover that you were mistaken. There is not one water aspected uh one there's not one aspect water aspected mass of mana ball in the ocean. There are two. The coast seems to provide the odd stability that you have noticed these say in these potions, allowing the magic to persist despite the persist by the fact that uh that it isn't innately bound to the material. In rather clean the water and it seems to resonate in the base thing part of the fluid that is said that is within it. But rather is bound to a barrier material of sorts, comprised of extremely pure by of sorts through the resonance between it being contained and through the magical resonance between its innate by dilute by effectively diluting itself into diluting the liquid with own innate magic. It's an odd means of anchoring, and one that you suspect is not entirely stable in the long term. Not instant. That said, it is significantly easy. So it does seem to be quite a bit easier and more flexible than your own stage process, requiring fairly little effort from the during the binding involved. Indeed, you can probably prepare a suitable substrate well ahead and effectively bind appropriate spells The second, however, is what explains, does actually how the transformation apparently the images have found some way temporary apparent images are able to render the fluid nature of water. Fluid shapeless nature of water to be abstract enough that it can be simulated by the body without taking on other more fundamental properties. Not precisely, but basically, right? It will be tricky, and it's something that you need to like practice and shit. But you have figured out a way to basically make potions that will replicate the behavior of a spell that you know. Or you now know a way to convert spells into potions. Does that make sense? Of water. That would prove dangerous, and do so in relatively cold. It's more like you now know a way that you can adapt spells to be bound to a fluid medium. Temporary as in they last like a year or a couple of years. Right? It's your potions will last effectively indefinitely because they are a thing, right? Their magical effects are baked into their soul. The like foreign potions are magical technically what they are is a magical liquid that is that has been diluted or is diluting, it goes both ways, with a physical thing which provides it some protection, but that means that it is still much less stable long term and can be affected by like external magic. So it will degrade over time, and within a year or so it will become far less what do you call it, far less potent, like to the point of not really being useful. That permit allows the body to say the imbiber to express the effects of the earth element infusion without dying in the process. Technically, that means that you have the earth infusion, on the other hand, seems to be fair. You think that with the right effort, you could create a more permanent and stable transformation that would likely be less likely avoid the mindless behavior that this potion inspires. But that would be a project that you say an entirely project. In the meantime, you now have some ideas for how you might be able to create a possible cure, or perhaps in the meantime, you now have some ideas for how you might be able to create a possible divert the effect of the potion, or sound that would be able to disable but your own experimentation given you a much better understanding of the whole process, and you now have a much you now believe that you can be able, and you think that allowing you to better defend against it and deal with gain the counter costing gets a bump. Also magical theory. Two magical knowledge gets a bump to 32 points. 7 plus 50, and also artifice gets a bump to 27.0. So 7, 5, 75. The event is the um uh, uh, event the foreign the wolf barony has there has uh um uh being called to assist the Lotus Plains once more with the horse hunter has officially entered the I'll say reaffirming their new alliance with the country in order to decry the forest king collaboration with a foreign power and has chosen to reveal their knowledge of the hundreds of forest kingdom peasants offered up to the zillion mages in order to buy their aid. The Forest King denies that such a thing has occurred, calling the accusation an affront to their honor, and has declared that they will strike, said that they will attack any horse. Yep. That comes that sails off the course, coast of forest, of the forest kingdom. And we will be wrapping up because I mean, I can try, but I don't think that I will actually have it. Yep, is aspected imbiber could separate table once could close post and should be all for today. To do some stuff for stuff that's happening off stream.